Let's talk Taoism, a philosophy that's less about rules and more about flow, harmony, and getting out of your own way. We're diving deep from its roots in nature to its influence on martial arts and the profound simplicity of its core texts. Whether you're religious, atheist, or just curious, keep an open mind and see what resonates. Ready? Let's dive in. Taoism begins with a radical, yet simple idea. We are not separate from nature, we are nature itself. Every breath we take, every step we walk, is a part of the great unfolding of the natural world. Instead of seeing ourselves as outsiders looking in, Taoism invites us to recognize our deep, inseparable connection to the earth, the sky, and all living things. The Tao is the silent force that guides the turning of the seasons, the flow of rivers, and the growth of every plant and creature. It's an effortless intelligence, a wisdom that doesn't need to be forced or controlled. By observing how nature moves, how it adapts, transforms, and endures, we can learn to move through life with more ease and grace. In our modern world, we often try to conquer or control nature, building cities and technologies that separate us from the wild. But Taoism suggests a different approach. Stop fighting and start listening. When we pause and pay attention, we discover that nature has its own rhythm, one that can teach us how to live more harmoniously. Notice the cycles all around you, day turning into night, the changing of the seasons, the endless dance of growth and decay. These patterns are not just background scenery, they are invitations to align our own lives with the world's natural flow. When we honor these cycles, we find a sense of balance and belonging. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or lost, return to the source. The peace you feel in the woods, by the ocean, or on a quiet mountain trail, isn't just a fleeting escape, it's a reminder of your true nature. In these moments, you reconnect with the calm and clarity that is always available within you. Taoism calls us to actively reconnect with the world around us. It's about finding our place as a participant in the ecosystem, not its master. Whether it's planting a tree, caring for a garden, or simply observing the life that surrounds us, these acts help us remember that we belong to something much greater than ourselves. This isn't just about saving the planet, though that's important. It's also about saving your own sanity. When you slow down and let yourself be part of nature, stress and anxiety begin to fade. You rediscover a sense of joy and ease that modern life often hides. Nature teaches us that the greatest strength comes from yielding, not resisting. Like a tree that bends in the wind or a river that flows around obstacles, we can learn to adapt and remain resilient, no matter what life brings. This shift in perspective, seeing yourself as part of the whole, not apart from it, is the foundation for everything else in Taoism. It's a gentle, powerful reminder to live with humility, curiosity, and respect for all life. Harmony with nature isn't just a distant ideal or a fantasy, it's a practical, everyday guide to living well, finding peace, and thriving in a world that is always changing. When you embrace this harmony, you discover a deeper sense of purpose and belonging, one that can transform your life from the inside out. In a world obsessed with more, Taoism flips the script. Happiness comes from wanting less. Our culture's treadmill of endless desire keeps us chasing, never satisfied. Taoism says, declutter your life, physically and mentally. True wealth is knowing you have enough, not chasing what you don't. Find joy in the present. A cup of tea, sunlight, a real conversation. Simplicity is rebellion against the pressure to consume and compete. It's freedom from debt, envy, and anxiety. Step off the hamster wheel, choose experiences over possessions. In a noisy world, simplicity is a radical, necessary act. Taoism isn't about rigid rules or dogma, it's a path of personal discovery. The Tao Te Ching reads like poetry, not commandments. It provokes thought, not conformity. Two people can read the same passage and find different valid insights. You don't have to renounce your beliefs. Taoism adapts to you. The Tao is the unnameable source, big enough for all interpretations. This flexibility fosters intellectual freedom and personal responsibility. It's an open-source operating system for your mind focused on practical results. For anyone turned off by religious rules, Taoism is a breath of fresh air. Wu Wei, often called effortless action, is about flowing with life, not fighting it. It's the art of moving in harmony with the world, responding to what's happening rather than forcing your own agenda. Instead of pushing against obstacles, Wu Wei teaches us to sense the natural rhythm of things and move with them, like a dancer following music or a leaf carried by the wind. Imagine crossing a river. If you try to fight the current, you'll tire yourself out. But if you learn to read the water, you can use its flow to help you reach the other side. Wu Wei is about noticing the currents in your own life and working with them, not against them. Wu Wei is smart work, not hard work. Action in harmony with the situation. It's about finding the most natural, effective way to act, so your efforts feel almost effortless. Like a skilled chef who moves with grace in the kitchen, or a craftsman whose hands seem to know exactly what to do. In arguments, it's about listening, not shouting. Letting the conversation flow instead of trying to control it. When you listen deeply, you can respond wisely, and often, conflicts dissolve on their own. In creativity, it's letting ideas arise naturally. Artists and musicians know this feeling. When inspiration comes, it feels like you're channeling something greater, not forcing it out. Acceptance is key. You can't use the current if you deny where it flows. When you acknowledge reality as it is, you can make choices that work with the world, not against it. Most stress comes from resisting reality, from wishing things were different, or trying to control what we can't. The more we struggle, the more exhausted we become. Taoism says accept what is. When you stop fighting the present moment, you find a sense of peace and clarity. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up, it means seeing things clearly so you can respond wisely. From acceptance, wise action follows. When you're grounded in reality, your decisions become more effective and your actions more meaningful. Wu Wei is like psychological jujitsu, using life's momentum, not brute force. It's about redirecting challenges, not meeting them head-on, and finding creative ways to move forward. It's about being flexible, adaptable, and letting your natural intelligence guide you. When you trust yourself in the process, you become more resilient and open to change. When you see it in action, it looks like magic, but it's just being in tune. Wu Wei is the wisdom of knowing when to act, when to wait, and how to move with the world, not against it. Taoism isn't just theory, it's embodied practice. Mind, body, and spirit are one. You can't neglect one without affecting the others. Tai Chi and Qigong teach you to move with flow, cultivating balance, strength, and calm. These practices circulate Qi, life energy, improving health and reducing stress. Modern science backs it up. Lower blood pressure, better focus, stronger immunity. Meditation is about observing your thoughts, not fighting them, creating space between you and your mind's chatter. These are the labs where Taoist ideas become lived experience. It's one thing to read about harmony, it's another to feel it in your body. Taoist practices transform you from the inside out. They make Taoism a living path, not just ancient words. Seeing yourself as part of nature leads to deep respect for all life. Taoism recognizes the Tao in every being, from insects to stars. It challenges the idea that Earth is just a resource for us. Reverence for life means conservation and compassion, not exploitation. This respect extends to people. Seeing the Tao in everyone fosters empathy and kindness. Morality isn't about fear of punishment, but recognizing our shared essence. Harming others is harming yourself, like a hand punching its own face. Taoism's reverence for life is a powerful, authentic guide for ethical living. Taoism champions personal freedom and authentic self-discovery. The concept of Ziren, being true to your own nature, is central. Society tries to mold you. Taoism asks, who are you really? Peel back the layers of expectation to find your authentic self. The journey is inward. Trust your intuition, not external maps. Teachers and texts are guides, but the answers are within you. Taoism celebrates individuality, not ego, trusting you'll find your place naturally. It's an empowering message. Your path is yours to discover. Taoism's depth comes from its rich philosophical tradition. The Tao Te Ching and Zhuangzi are foundational, poetic, paradoxical, and endlessly thought-provoking. The Tao Te Ching offers wisdom in a few lines. The Zhuangzi uses wild stories to challenge your assumptions. These texts free your mind from rigid categories, opening you to new perspectives. The butterfly dream, the power of emptiness, these ideas still resonate. Beyond the classics, Taoism includes alchemy, medicine, and cosmology. It's a tradition you can explore for a lifetime, always finding new insights. Taoism grows with you, offering wisdom for every stage of life. Taoism's influence is everywhere in East Asian art and culture. In painting, the goal isn't realism but capturing the spirit, the qi of a landscape. Empty space is as important as what's painted, reflecting the Tao's formlessness. Poetry is simple, direct, using nature to evoke deep truths. The act of creation becomes a Taoist practice, Wu Wei in motion. This aesthetic values spontaneity, harmony, and simplicity over perfection. Taoism shapes gardens, calligraphy, and more, offering a quieter, deeper way to see beauty. It's a legacy that enriches the world's art and our way of seeing. Taoism's wisdom is more relevant now than ever, offering a gentle antidote to the relentless pace of modern life. In a world that often feels overwhelming, where we're constantly bombarded by information and expectations, the ancient teachings of Taoism invite us to pause, breathe, and rediscover what truly matters. In a world of stress, anxiety, and digital overload, its call for simplicity and presence is a lifeline. The Tao reminds us that we don't have to be everywhere, do everything, or know it all. Sometimes the most profound wisdom is found in letting go. It teaches us to unplug, reclaim our focus, and reconnect with the real world. By stepping away from constant notifications and distractions, we can rediscover the beauty of the present moment and the joy of genuine connection. Facing environmental crisis, Taoism's message of harmony with nature is a foundation for true sustainability. It encourages us to see ourselves as part of the natural world, not separate from it, and to act as stewards rather than conquerors. Wu Wei is self-care in a culture obsessed with hustle, permission to stop forcing and start trusting. It's a reminder that sometimes the best way forward is to allow things to unfold naturally rather than pushing against the current. Its path to inner peace isn't about achievements but authenticity. Taoism encourages us to honor our true selves, to listen to our inner voice, and to find contentment in simply being. Taoism speaks to timeless human needs: peace, meaning, connection. In a fragmented world, it reminds us of the importance of relationships, community, and shared moments of joy. It doesn't offer easy answers, but a perspective and tools for navigating life's complexity. The Tao teaches us to embrace uncertainty, to flow with change, and to find wisdom in the journey itself. Its gentle wisdom helps us live with more grace, humor, and harmony. Whether we're young or old, Taoism offers guidance for every stage of life, helping us to move through challenges with resilience and compassion. The river of Taoist wisdom still flows, anyone can drink. Its teachings are open to all, inviting us to slow down, reconnect, and find balance in a world that rarely stands still. That's the Taoist way: radical, simple, and deeply relevant. What does it mean to you? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going and learn from each other. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe for more deep dives. Thanks for watching, be good to each other, and see you next time.